Hello and welcome to the GEUVADIS website. I'm Gabrielle Berthier, the project manager. The GEUVADIS project is a coordinated action funded for 3 years until 2013 by the European Commission. But what is it about exactly? I've been asking Xavier Estivill, the project coordinator, to tell us more about it. Xavier Estivill is a senior group leader at the Center for Genomic Regulation in Barcelona. Hi Xavier.
Hello Gabriel.
So what is the GEUVADIS project?
Well, during the last 5 years there have been an amazing advance in the technology to analyze the genome in such a way that now we have the possibility to scan completely our genes and to identify the changes that are responsible for our phenotype. So that means the way we look and also the way we develop disease or the way we respond to treatment. So now with all this information we need to bring together the expertises that are in different centers that have the technology running, and this is what we are doing here in GEUVADIS. So we are bringing together the expertise of several investigators in different countries to define what is really needed to make a reality the medicine of the future, which is reading every single gene and linking the variants that the genes contain with disorders and with treatments.
What are the main actions of GEUVADIS?
There are many actions in GEUVADIS in order to make possible this new medicine, and one of the action is the harmonization of all the technical issues regarding the processing of the samples, the analysis of the samples, all the bioinformatics that we are using. So we have to make sure that we are talking the same language, that we have the same standards, and that the sample is being analyzed the same in France, in Spain, in Germany, in the UK or in Sweden. And this is what we are doing here in GEUVADIS. So we are exchanging material, we are exchanging technology, and we bring together the standards that are needed to make possible this new medicine.
I'm now with Esther Lizano. She's working in Xavier Estivill's group. We are in the sequencing unit and she's explaining to me how she's using the sequencing machine in the context of the GEUVADIS project.
I'm holding here 10 tubes. Each of these tubes contain DNA of different patients, and this DNA has been extracted from their blood sample. 5 samples are from patients and 5 samples are from controls, meaning that these people do not have the disease in question. After the DNA extraction, this DNA has been fragmented into different small fragments, and this is necessary to be sequenced on this machine. So here, now I'm opening the door of the sequencer, and there are different positions. One position is for the DNA samples, and these other positions are for the chemicals that we call buffers. These chemicals are necessary for the machine to be able to read the small pieces of DNA contained in the samples. And after this, I close the door, press the button, and then the machine does the rest. Now the sequencer is working, and to sequence a full genome it will take about 1 week. And after this week all the data is transferred to my computer, and now this it can also be transferred to the rest of the team, of the GEUVADIS team, to be analyzed. The first step is to assemble back the genome of the patients. In my screen now I can see all the genomes of these 10 samples that were donated by the patients. And by comparing them, we want to figure out which are the differences between these genomes. This data generated in Barcelona is shared with our collaborators in Geneva. We will work together to find out the characteristics of several diseases.
Is there any ethical issues in the project?
Well, this is a project that has very important ethical and social issues because it's about knowing the sequence that we have in our cells, the information that make us as we are and what we will be during our life, and also the information that we will be passing to the next generation. So there are very important issues regarding the who should own this information, how this information is being stored, and if this information should be freely available to everyone. And those things are being discussed by different members that have very good expertise in these fields. And we think that in the framework of GEUVADIS we will learn a lot about that, and we will help to harmonize this knowledge for the benefit of the society.
But the question is, would you act on knowing that you have an increased risk of having some disease? Would you actually change your way of life? People don't stop smoking even if they know that there is an increased risk for lung cancer, so what's the point of knowing your
I could do the experiment. I could actually go to my social security doctor with this. And see what it would be. No?
That would be next. I think that the perception of all these also changes.
Actually, if it was a private company, I would ask for money for it because they're going to profit. No, yes, really, because they're going to profit from it. They're going to actually use my genome to get money.
But then if you get compensation, it means that they can do whatever they want.
They're going to do whatever they want anyway. I don't think they have the right to take my data and use it for free for their own benefit.
So Esther, what do you think is the added value of the GEUVADIS project?
For me, I think it's a very interesting project because it gives me the opportunity to work with many different collaborators, not just in Geneva, but also in France and in the Netherlands. And this allows me to see different ways of work, and also we can share our protocols and learn from each other.
Thank you, Esther. So Xavier, what is the added value of the GEUVADIS project?
I think that the added value is the fact that we are working together at the transnational level for the better understanding of the genome of everyone. And this is something that cannot be done by a single group, cannot be done by a single country. It has to be done at the international level. And within Europe, with a similar health system, with similar ways of working, we think that GEUVADIS should be a key element for harmonization of all these activities.
Thank you very much, Xavier.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you for listening, and feel free to surf around the GEUVADIS website.